Hey everyone, Coach Powers here, and I have a unique question for you. It's something that I ask almost all of my clients and have for years, and I think you're going to find this kind of interesting, kind of enlightening possibly. But first, let's begin with a scenario. So I want you to imagine this scenario. You wake up tomorrow and you found this special doctor. I mean, he is literally the best brain physician in the world. The guy has degrees from Harvard and Yale and everywhere. He's written books. I mean, he is the most authority on all things brain injury. And you somehow are blessed enough to be able to work with this guy. And you go to his office and he runs all these tests. I mean, these all kinds of crazy imaging and intelligence and testing and physiological testing and blood work. And he's looking at glutamate and histamines, and he's got your brain practically under a microscope. And after this full almost 24 hours of tests that he runs, he comes back to you and he says, all right, I've got some news. I've looked at the results and I can 100% confirm to you that yes, you are going to heal. In fact, not only does he tell you you're going to heal, he can tell you when you're going to heal, just based on all of this fancy technology and analysis that he's done. So I want you to think about that for a moment. And I want to ask you a question. How would you feel? How would you feel if tomorrow you woke up, you had the test done, and the doctor was able to tell you 100% that you are in fact going to heal? Now here's a little bit of an adage. The doctor tells you the good news is you will recover and fully, 100%. You're going to make a full recovery. But the bad news is it's going to take 6 to 12 more months at least, possibly longer. Possibly longer. That's the only tricky thing. It could take 6 to 12 months. Heck, it might take 12 to 24 months, but you will heal 100%. Again, I ask you, how would you feel? Would you be happy? Would you feel elated, relieved, hopeful? Would you be at peace? Because now you have an answer, right? 6 to 12 months, 12 to 24 months more of suffering, but you're going to fully heal. Or would you feel sad, defeated, frustrated, hopeless, without peace? Because of the fact that, while you're going to heal, you still have to suffer for another 6 to 12 months or 12 to 24 months. So I ask you, how do you think most people would answer this? Would having an answer make them happy? Or would hearing that they would have to suffer for up to another 24 months would make them feel completely defeated? Well, I'll tell you this, most of us report that we'd in fact be relieved. Most people say if they knew for sure, then the rest of the healing would be so much easier. Now, let me tell you guys, I've asked this question hundreds of times, easily hundreds of times. And it's always the same answer. I mean, without hesitation. If I say, if you knew you could heal, but it was going to take X amount of time, how would you feel? Without hesitation, people say, oh my God, I would be so relieved. I mean, if I just knew I was going to heal, I could do this. I could handle all of this. I mean, tomorrow would be a beautiful day, pretty much. So maybe you relate to that. Maybe you're one of the people that say, God, if I knew I had to wait another 12 to 24 months to heal, that would be devastating. Or maybe you're one of the people that say, I don't care. 24 months, I can do it. As long as I knew I was going to heal, I can do this. Bring it on. So I ask you another question. Why is that? Why is that? Because think about it. Nothing's changed. I mean, really, the doctor's coming to you and he's saying, you're going to suffer the way you're suffering, most likely for another extended period of time. But how come knowing that we're going to heal is so powerful and transformative to us? And of course, the answer is because not knowing is too scary. I mean, it's literally our greatest fear. It's the one question we all want answered the most. Will I make a full recovery? That's all we want to know. Will I get out of this? And I want to tell you guys this, 50%, at least 50%, and this is my opinion, of our suffering exists in the anxiety and fear of not knowing. I mean, this is really what creates this uphill battle in our recovery. And I've explained this many times. Fear creates more bad chemistry, right? More fear, more anxiety, more cortisol, more adrenaline. The more depressed you are, the less serotonin, and bad chemistry inhibits recovery. So the more anxious and stressed and fearful you are, the worse the chemistry is going to be boosted, and the longer it's going to take to recover. I mean, that is the conundrum, really, guys, and you have to see that. That's the conundrum. So what do we need? How do we get through this? We need faith in our recovery. Faith in our recovery is a must. I cannot stress that. And look, guys, it's the most difficult thing on the planet. How do you have faith in something that you don't know? That's unknowable, which everything in your body seems to tell you you won't heal, that you're not healing, that this hell is going to go on forever. So how do we have faith? How do we believe we're going to make it so that we can get our chemistry right and we can get our actions right so that we can get the momentum we need to actually heal? Well, I look at a series of facts. Facts 1, most people make a full recovery. That's a fact, guys. I don't care what these groups tell you. I don't care what John Doe says in group number 423. It's blind leading the blind, misery leading misery. And I love everyone, and I love all of these people, but it is what it is. These are outliers. The people that heal don't come back and spend time in groups. And it is sad. Most people that heal, they should come back and tell their success story. So all we're seeing is people that are struggling. And it paints this picture that, oh my God, this is me. And the longer you sit in it, the more it becomes a self-confirming bias. See, I'm still sitting here with John Doe and everyone else. They must be right. But there's more to the story than meets the eye. But we'll come back to that. Fact number 2, you will make a full recovery. Say that, believe it, feel it. You are healing. You're going to make a full recovery. Fact number 3, we must engage our recovery. Now, if you know me, guys, if any of you worked with me, that's all I'm about. I am not about sitting and waiting for this storm to pass. I'm about intelligent, methodical, practical, pragmatic steps in our recovery. So what's Coach Power's advice? Put faith in your recovery and get busy engaging in your rehabilitation, because that's where you are. You're undergoing a neurological rehabilitation. So don't wait for the storm to pass. And remember, there's a lot of work to be done. Focus on your mission. Create a program for recovery. Identify your negative coping mechanisms, because I'm telling you guys, there's a lot of things we're doing that's really hurting us a hell of a lot more than we think or realize. The isolation, the rumination, looking for constant reassurance. These are negative coping mechanisms. We're sitting in the house, we're drawing the blinds, we're afraid to move. So identify them, see what's going wrong. Look where your mind's misleading you, your behavior's misleading you, and replace these negative coping mechanisms with healthy coping mechanisms. Reestablish your personal spiritual work. Find purpose in this, guys. I mean, it's everything, how you symbolize this. Are you a victim? The world hates you, God hates you, your life is over? Or is this a great challenge and you're going to beat this challenge? And this is a chance to come out of this a version 2.0 of yourself, a better version, a more spiritual version. Can you be closer to God in this? Can you be closer to your human spirit? Can you become closer to your family? Can you become more connected out of all of this? And the answer is yes. It really is yes. I can honestly say that about myself and a lot of people, and I'm sure people that might even be watching this can tell you that yes, you can come out of this better than before. That's the silver lining. So I want you to take a deep breath, very slowly, hold it for a second or two, and exhale. You can do this. You hear me? Don't give up. You can do this. And if you need a little extra help, maybe if you need a consultation or even an assessment, you can reach out to Coach Powers at powersbenzocoaching.com.